Another extra day. But I think it'll have been worth the wait for this patch to have turned the game back in our favor a bit. If it ends up being too easy now, I will go ahead and raise the difficulty since we can do that on command. But for the time being, I think we're in a good spot, judging from what I saw when I tested things just an hour or two after the patch came out. And those that pay attention will notice that the Stream Elements alert's probably not going to pop up again. And that's fine, because I actually turned that alert off, because I got tired of seeing it all the time. Because it would always show up way late. Now, as a demonstration of how much they've changed how things are, you'll notice, for one, our shot goes a lot further. Because they've improved the detection and damage of the mage's homing attack, which was desperately needed. They've also reduced the health of just about every enemy in the game, judging from the way they were describing in the patch. And it doesn't seem like they decreased it a lot, but they decreased it enough that they don't feel as spongy anymore. Like, they're not gonna die in just a hit or two from me, nor should they, but as you can see, they don't take, like, 30 hits from the mage anymore to die. Now, just as a peek behind the curtain, as part of my test after the patch came out, I fought that mini-boss we were having issues with. He is nowhere near as much of an issue anymore, which is what made me willing to get back into this. And I just want to give you guys that spoiler now, before you guys get shocked that we just flatten him. Because I would not be surprised if I can just tear him apart. And considering we are much better equipped in terms of money and such, we should be able to go get an upgrade once we can get out of this hellhole. I'm going to be clever, and even though it's going to cost me having the health available, I'm going to break most of this stuff so our homing attack doesn't get interfered with. Which I think helped with the test fight a lot. But all we do is just grab this thing and we walk out of here. Oh no, the door is shutting. Whatever will we do? Oh no. Oh. As you'll notice, rather than the 1s and 2s we were doing to him before, we're actually doing 3s. Which may not seem like much, but at least it indicates to me that I can actually harm him. Oh, he's actually doing the laser this time. Ah! Of course, I talk a big game of it being easy now, and he actually gets me anyway. Though he was really just kind of hanging out last time, so I'm not surprised it was harder, or now. I just need to not fuck around. As you'll notice, without the curse, we're doing 5s. Because that's just a demonstration of how much that curse affects how this fight goes. You want to really avoid getting cursed at all possible. And he's dead. That's just how much of a damage difference not getting cursed adds for you. You notice he doesn't even drop much. Which proves yet again to me that he was never meant to be that much of a threat. He wasn't like a boss or even really a mini-boss that much. But now we can actually crack into this area properly, now that we have our first gem. I'm assuming these Signposts that we can break are probably indicative of what gem is in that area. Now that I look at that with a clearer mind and not focused on the fact that I'm getting my ass kicked in. Mummy. Come here, buddy. Ah, he rolled through it. Cheeky bastard. And the thing is, I will say there is one disadvantage to this rebalance in that I'm probably going to fall into the same bad habit I had when we were playing originally, in that I use the homing attack excessively and don't use my actual charge attack. But in the end, as long as the game's enjoyable, that doesn't really matter. I'm gonna walk back because I don't remember where things are, and I'm gonna use that to give myself a frame of reference back for where things are and what we're doing. It's either that or I'm gonna spend a lot of time pointlessly warping around trying to figure out where the hell we are and what we're doing. I have a base idea where we're supposed to be, because there's a yellow chest somewhere. You'll also notice that things are not doing nearly as much damage, which is fantastic considering we were really getting thrashed before. I think things were doing like 12 before, and now they're doing 8. Which is not a, like, oh my god, game-changing difference. But it's enough to tip the scales in our favor, as long as we're playing halfway sensibly. There's the chest in question that I'm looking for. It would appear I went the wrong way about getting there. Yeah, I have to go through a door to get there, which means I probably needed to be up there. Okay. Easily fixed. At least in theory. Because what I can do is I can't show you my cursor. I can go up the hallway vertical there that we rode the elevator on just moments ago when I realized I was going the wrong way. And then we can walk into the 2 doors over there. Presuming that one of those 2 doors will lead where we want to go. There's, of course, zero guarantee of any of that, since I don't remember the layout of this place anymore. Not that I had the layout down too much before, but, you know, it's gonna be a thing. Now, presumably one of these 2 doors will lead where I want to go. So I think most of this deep pyramid section is connected, isn't it? Yeah. After a fashion. Should be, yep, right where that yellow chest is. Oh. That was not as important as I was hoping it was gonna be. So, do I need that yellow door I saw then? Because there's the coppery doors like that one. There's also yellow doors with circles. And the yellow gem is a circle, so it would make sense that I could insert it and open doors. But I don't know if that's gonna work. But it can't hurt to try. We're here anyway. Ah. That complicates matters. We need to go through the other door. But these doors are side by side, so it's not that big a problem. Is it a save point? Yeah. See, there's only one socket on that door, so we probably can open it with this gem. Okay, I get the gem back when it opens as well. Excellent. Looks like we're gonna have to fight something here, though. Probably a scorpion, considering all the little scorpions. There's a big snake motif in here, though, too, so... Could be either. Could be a snake scorpion. Okay, I was right the first time. Royal Scorpion. Covered in sand, huh? Okay. Oh, he just drops the fucking ceiling. Okay. Ah, it's gonna break the platforms. Okay. Oh, you're not dead. Good for you. I'm offended you're so surprised, lad. Did you think a simple stone block would prove stronger than me? We'll talk later. Now, focus on ripping that bug apart. Don't have to tell me twice. But could you do me a favor and break that armor? Oh, hello. You taking that? Ah, it's a new orb. The Arid Orb. Activating this orb allows you to perform sand attacks. You will also be able to hit sand crystals, creating useful structures for a limited amount of time. Oh, guess I'm gonna lower his accuracy. The Red Orb adds sand element to your attacks while you have it equipped. It will allow you to activate sand crystals. Exactly what you just told me, game. I don't know why you're repeating yourself. Yeah, you know, this thing probably would make a good shield. Ah, its armor is off now. It's starting to actually do stuff. Oh, boy. Ah, I see what I need to do. I need to activate the crystal when he does that. Now the real fight begins. I gotta actually pay attention. Ah, okay, that pushes you forward still. You can't be cheeky and hide behind him. And he puts barrier back up. Okay. I wonder. Wrong one. Yes, when he's in regular form, he's weak to fire. Okay. Ah, okay, that crystal's broken until I need it. God damn it. I fumbled that real bad because I was trying to be clever. Inevitable that I'm gonna hit myself in the face trying to do something smart. Okay, we gotta wait through that whole sequence again. Yep. Drop the platforms. Oh noes. The big spiky rocks be falling from the sky. Oh no, what do? Panic. Panic. Yeah. Charge, bounce off the wall. Wash, rinse, repeat. Neener. God damn it. Back. No? Alright, old man, let's do this again. Huh, interesting, it actually hurt me this time. But I think we were given, like, plot armor or something for the first phase there. Hey, hide under your shield. Yes, I can. Okay, that's what you're supposed to do when he does that. Okay. So I could probably also just block it myself. If I actually bothered. I can actually take a cue from Adamant a little bit, I think. Like, when he goes to actually block forward a bit, I think he moves before the Scorpion does. In terms of getting ready to block it. That may also just be him trying to actually get close to attack it. You can also use the crystal to block that shot, too. But all in all, I don't think this is going to be that bad a fight. I just need to actually pay attention. Which I know, I'm bad at paying attention. I could trust his shield to protect me, but I could also just use the mechanic to protect me. And I think, since it's only like a 1-point damage difference, I'm just gonna hang out and use what I'm supposed to have for this. I don't like that these are here. I can't hit them, so... Oh, I've done fucked up. I've hit all the wrong buttons. Yep, that's what I was afraid of with those things. They're also gonna shoot lasers. So you gotta stay at the top platform for that attack. Okay, great. Okay, it's just a matter of timing on that one. I may lose one more time just making sure I figure out this last part. Especially when I reflexively duck instead of shielding. Okay, he's aiming high this time, so I just waited out in the middle here. He's managing to guard most of it, so if the platform drops me, I'll hang out back here. I can also just sit here and keep hitting it, and that'll probably make sure I don't get dropped. When at least when I'm in the middle here. It also ensures that I have protection from that. And admittedly, there's probably something I could be doing during this part of the fight, too. Like, I could be throwing spears at him or something. But with the amount of health he has left, I'm not in that much of a hurry. And I'd rather not risk the game deciding to do something cheeky to me as a result of my choices. Kinda like that. Where I don't jump right, and I end up getting the screw job. Chunk off of it. Oh, come on now. It's gonna be one of those, huh? Okay. We're so close. And I could push it and try to finish him off cleverly, but I'm gonna be just that little bit patient because I was probably gonna screw it up somehow. There we go. Red Globus. I'm a little disappointed in myself that I got killed the first time, but I did not anticipate the laser. I'm impressed. You're more resourceful than you look. I'd have gone for the try to hack its head off until my axe broke approach. I mean, you do have a big axe. You probably would have managed it eventually. The dangers this place holds are no match for us, eh? I couldn't be sure, but when the wall was pressing up against me, I noticed how the floor started to crack. I was able to stomp my way through and fall to the floor below. We should carry on with our search. We'll find that guardian sooner or later. Or he's gonna, you know, come say hi himself. So that's what brought you here. What's so funny? The tales of this world reach as far and wide as the sun's rays. Of course, choosing to believe in them is another matter entirely. It'd be easier for us to stay here and enjoy your hospitality, huh? When we find you, we'll be sure to thank you in person. I'm going to great efforts to avoid coming down there and finishing you off with a click of my fingers. You've trespassed into my domain, escaped my prison, and killed my pet. You are both beyond forgiveness. The question is, now that you've chosen this path, how will you die here? No, he's not disappearing. He's doing annoying trap things. Okay, very good. Don't let his drivel get to you. He just wants to make us doubt ourselves. If he had that sort of power, he would have already used it. You hear me, you big poodle? It's not gonna work. I don't know where he's hiding, but doesn't look like he can get to us. Beware of his tricks. So back to the original plan, then. Divide and conquer. I'll save my men whatever the cost. We'll get out of here together, you see. I don't know if I believe him entirely as far as how well this is going to work out, but, you know, one of those things. What I do believe in is needing to heal. Man, that was not a great health bar, or we had left there. Go ahead and grab one healing potion. I'm trying to keep the money to be able to buy an upgrade when we can get out of here on hand so I don't have to grind for it. But I still feel like we're going to need that upgrade. It's more than likely the next area is still going to have things be tough enough that it's going to take some doing to get rid of them. Okay, so now that we have a red globe as well, there's probably other doors we have access to. I don't know. Because the thing is, all those doors are showing with two circles on them, so I would assume you only need 2 gems, but I'm assuming the color of the door is indicative of what you need for it as well. So I'm going to hazard a guess that we can't just easily open those with the red one. So that leaves either going that way, through that other yellow door, or, if I can find the rest of the map here. No, there is no other section of the Deep Pyramid that we've seen, at least. It's not that I can find on the map. So we'll go ahead and go with that plan and just fast travel up there. As I remember where I misplaced that save point. I think it was just right in this door. Now that we're back in the Deep Pyramid, let me move the cursor around again a little bit more. Okay, no, I was hitting the edges. That's what I thought. But I don't think the Deep Pyramid is actually that big. It's tall, but not that wide. So there's not that much to that section. We want Guardian's Path. There's a part of me that's curious to see if something would happen if I used the wrong color, but I'm not that interested in that idea right now. This is orange, so I would assume I can use red and yellow. Yep, there we go. So it is going to be color-coded. You need to mix the right gems to make the right color. Got it. Easily figured out. Oh, you're corrupted. Aha! Of course these things are weak to sand. He isn't. You need me to use regular magic on you. I can use my charge in the air, but it's not exactly ideal. We'll stay in sand as much as possible. Because presumably it's going to work the best on most of the targets in here, and it's mechanically required in places. Ooh, what's this? Oh, I think I picked one of those up off an enemy at one point in here. We can double check since it's been a while. I'm using the Amulet of Greed right now because it gives me the most power. Yes, I did have one of these before, but I sold it. Or I died with it. One of the two. I did sell a bunch of relics and such that I'd picked up. Because it turned out that they weren't very worthwhile in terms of their bonuses. Since attack has been balanced. I'm tempted to put on the health indicator again, but I don't think we need it. I've got a decent amount of ideas how much health these things have. Wait, is this the room I think? Yeah, this is the other half of this room. Okay. We have absolutely no reason to be going down here. Aside from upsetting myself with spear traps, apparently. I guess this was intended to be another way to get up here. Which, there is a yellow door down there. So I should check that soon-ish. But this, I'm assuming, is the path to progress, so we'll go this way first. See if I can find a convenient save point. You guys seem like you're just gonna be no fun at all. You guys just have a grand old time being by yourselves. Between the shield blocking they've got and what I would assume would be a fairly significant amount of health, they just don't seem like they'll be worth my time right now. Okay, the mummies, since they're of course weak to fire, are resistant to sand. That just makes sense. Okay. Need the blue gem to get through that, to get to the other side to hit that button. Means we're not going any further up here right now. Means I have to go back past our jackal-headed friends over here. Okay, I'm resistant to their damage at least. But I can't get a word in edgewise against them, so we're just gonna move on. Because my basic attacks were doing negligible damage to them. Some of this stuff definitely still has a lot of health. But since we actually do damage now, I'm not as fussed about them having a lot of health. That just ends up becoming a question of, do I take the time to kill them at that point, rather than, is it possible for me to kill them? It's nice doing real damage. Yeah, you're gonna summon all your friends. Alright, well, some of us are real photosensitive. Could you not throw giant flash bombs on the screen? Thank you. Goodbye. Okay, we've got enough Asgarite, I think, for 2 upgrades now, unless they get significantly more expensive. So I think Asgarite was the armor upgrade, so I'm not as fussed about that. Even if I should probably be more fussed about that. I'm gonna assume the dark damage is gonna hurt a lot more, since presumably the other one is sand, and we are currently protected from sand. A bit. Oh yeah, I forgot you cheeky bastards love to hide in jars. You're gonna pay for your friend's sins. I couldn't continue to take my frustration out on the dead man. Not to any practical purpose, anyway. All in all, so far, I would say the game feels far more enjoyable now that they've patched it to rebalance things. Part of that might just be I've been away from it for a bit, so the frustrations have eased, but I think it is primarily the patch that is helping. So I do have to admit that the bit of grinding I did, anticipating there wasn't going to be a patch like this, probably didn't hurt. Isn't this thing just upsetting? There we go, disposed of. Huh. Okay. Not the biggest fan of what I'm seeing here, but I think I know where I need to go. Even more so now. Just want the money. Give me the money. Okay, he's resistant to sand, as we established before. Okay, disposed of reasonably easily. And he didn't make a friend, so we're good. Is it really gonna be this simple? Yeah, it is gonna be just that simple. Okay. Fair enough, game. And that's what I get for trying to be cheeky and just teleport across. We might die here. And, well, if I do, so be it. We know where we're going now. First, I'll have to try a lot harder than that to kill me. Okay. Bastards. Oh, come on! Why would they allow you to ledge grab into spikes? Why? How much progress? Okay. Thankfully, this game remains reasonably generous with its checkpointing. Oh good, he's not possessed this time, so he's not going to be as big a problem. I don't remember that has a shockwave attached to it. I was about to say, those shots are hitting him in the back. Come on now, game. You don't need to be that mad. You know, occurs to me. I can just do that. I don't need to deal with those spike traps. So if I had, you know, actually landed cleanly through them, that would have been a lot cooler. But, you know. It is what it is. The point was made. Now, I could go the sand way, or I could go across these spikes and deal with this joker. I'm more interested in what's going on over here, if I'm honest. Ah, okay, I can get one of those. That is a platform. Okay. I didn't want to trust it not to be a trap. I should have double jumped and then wall jumped. I thought I could get away with wall jumping and not get sent far enough to the left to hit that. That's on me. And ordinarily I would say to heck with it and not pick that thing up, but it has been proven that we need a lot of those for something. And I'm curious enough about what that something is that I'm gonna go through the effort of collecting and at least enough of them to find out what the first level of whatever it is does. If it does something worthwhile enough, I'll worry about getting the rest of them after the fact. Now that we know that we can't carry any more of these critical bottles, I'm not going to bother going over there for that. Okay, now I can take a hit from the spikes, so no matter how this goes, we'll be okay. I can also, you know, just do it right the first time this time. You know, just imagine that, doing a better job, instead of botching things and getting myself murdered. Flash bombs. I'm not going to use those, because I'm betting they're going to horribly hurt my eyes. Because they're probably going to flash just like the enemy ones do. There we go, there's a checkpoint. We have a bunch of money, so I'll buy some more health potions now. We don't spend as much time in awkward situations. Something they did, by the way, they did increase the amount of money drops from regular enemies as well. So, between that and the Amulet of Greed I'm carrying, we probably are making a good amount of cash. So we shouldn't have money problems anytime quick. You again? Didn't we go through this once already? Oh. Well, that explains that. We've got another Dark Fighter to worry about. Kind of crazy Axeman instead of a Lancer. Dark Axe, huh? I expected a little more resistance. You should thank me for ridding you of such a boring opponent. You, however, you look much more entertaining. It's been a while since I last sliced up someone piece by piece. Don't disappoint me. Oh, great. You're gonna pinball around the room like a crazy person, huh? That's gonna be fun. Neat trick you got there. You might want to work on your aim a bit, though. Okay, he does have a follow-up to that if you're in the wrong spot. Got it. Doesn't matter what spot you're in. Got it. What am I feeling on my arm? Wow, that comes down fast. Okay. I was out of position, so that one's on me. Just one moment. Okay. Alright, Dark Axe. Now that I'm actually paying attention, let's see how this goes. Okay, on the rebound they won't hurt me. Noted. Seems only fitting to use his friend's attack against him. I keep thinking he won't do the follow-up move. That's gonna keep getting me for a bit till I get used to the fact that he can bounce a second time so quickly in the first phase. As you keep, I would think that's a second phase move. Also, that is not the effective damage for him. Neither is that. He probably doesn't have a weakness, does he? Nope, none of these are doing any extra damage. Okay, doesn't matter then. Got it. Oh, I don't like that. I hit the wrong fucking button. The up and down for the items is gonna get me for a bit. There's so many other games. So many games have the U's be down and the switch be up. So I'm getting that reversed since it's been a little bit. So that's gonna catch me a bunch of times, especially in a moment like this where I can't really look at it. Let me just switch back to the healing potions now. What that means. Okay, one of them will track to you. Okay. You make sure there's a covered amount, and then he makes sure that there's one on the player. Makes sense. I'm being way too greedy right now. But that's partially because I know I have these healing potions. I'm gonna keep getting baited out by that, because I'm a goddamn idiot. You know, it's one of those, it feels real simple to just jump over for that attack or dash through it, and then you realize that he has a fucking follow-up to it. God, I'm just off kilter now. It's gonna take a second for me to get back straight again. Okay, now we're halfway. Yeah, if you jump it cleanly enough, he'll just go past you. Ah! Okay. That's the change. Oh, I don't like that. That does a lot of goddamn damage. And I forgot that he does that in an arc. Because the animation makes it look like he's gonna throw a single. Still, we can do this fight. We absolutely have this under control. I just need to stop fucking up so much because my reflexes are still all wrong. This guy would probably be a joke if you played the game straight through to this point. His pattern's not that hard. I'm just still in rust mode a bit. Because he's definitely meant to be tough, just like Darklancer was. But I think I'm making it harder than it needs to be on myself. Okay, there's variation in that move, now that I look at it closer. He's got a variation that comes down really fast and a variation that comes down a little bit slower. Nope. That was risky where I chose to stand, but it worked out. I've also got to jump the right angle. Come on now. You're really gonna just do that at point blank range, huh? Okay. Want to be that way? I can be that way too. Fucking hell. Why does everyone in the world want to start messaging me? For fuck's sake. Not important. Not worth my goddamn time right now. Now it's gonna throw me off kilter because I fucking changed my focus for a second. Yep. And that caused me to forget that that attack is how that worked. God damn it, people. I really should just start fucking silencing my notifications when I go live, because people just seem to have this instinct of being a pain in my ass. a simple double jump seems to clear his attack every time, as long as you don't jump straight into him. Okay, get some free shots in. Does the wide throw, we just hang out back here. Misread that one for some reason, and wow, you can just get stuck. Because he's somehow tall enough to block you moving. If you don't jump completely correctly. That's great. I guess it's the height of his ego. Fuck that up. That's great. Oh, come on now. Okay. That's a lot easier to dodge now that I'm not reacting completely incorrectly to it. I mean, by the same token, what would be the point to climbing that? I mean, outside I can see uses for it, but in this fight I don't see a point. Ah, fuck's sake. Okay, I got a stagger on him, because he's now about to go real fucking stupid. Oh, he got Big Axe now. Okay. That's a thing he can do, I guess. Now I'm thrown off a little bit again. Okay, still just doing plain vertical attacks. Some of those fly real weird. Yep, he's going for the big boy again. Thanks, game. Thanks for not actually interpreting my input correctly. And now that I'm annoyed by that, I'm thrown off, and now this fight's going down the tube. I hate that. I hate that so much. We're so close to winning this fight. But the fact you can't double jump off a wall is something I'm going to keep dying to. Because you would think you get that back when you make contact, but no. No, 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 no. And I keep forgetting that. The thing is, we technically can climb walls, by the way, because as you saw there, I was wall jumping up a single wall just fine. Do let me know if there's any significant deviation in the audio. At least not in a positive sense. Because I think I fixed everything for how I moved stuff, but there's never any real guarantee with that kind of thing. Until people say something. I would just angle my fucking jumps in a not idiotic way. That'd be grand. What the fuck is going on over here? Just an army of ants over here suddenly. Even though it was fine for an entire day plus after I moved things, now there's ants everywhere because the universe wants to piss me off. Ah, fair enough. God damn it. I forgot. He was at half health. Because he was still doing the regular pattern. Oh, you son of a bitch. And he's immune during that, so I can't just cheese it. Well, that's good enough for me, honestly. You understand what I'm saying, and I don't sound like a chipmunk. I'll take that as a win. Die! There we go. You adapt. You have that instinct, just as we do. Ed. I get the feeling absorbing that might not be the best thing. Okay, I can slow projectiles. Hooray. And we gained a level. We did get another key, though. I feel like I should tilt that down ever so slightly. That might be better. I realized I'm slouching a little bit compared to where I was when I tested, so that might be better. Okay, it's R2 and circle. Got it. And now we know what this is. Ah, I can continue to push back on status effects. Hooray. Ugh. These are really still kind of bland. That is still one complaint I've got with caster, is that the caster masteries are kind of bleh. But I don't know if any of the other ones get much better in terms of masteries. Let's see. There's a save point right near where we just did this fight, but there's a chest down here, so I should grab that. Okay, it's a section of the map. That'll probably be important. I admit that I scaled where I put the microphone for when I'm doing keyboard and mouse stuff, not the controller. Because I lean back a little bit when I'm playing with the controller, of course. Remains of the Dark Warrior's axe. Oh, I guess I don't get at his axe like I got the lance. Unless, then again, we found the lance not exactly where the warrior was, so maybe we'll still get at the axe. We just gotta find it. Save the game, now we've stocked. Okay. I can go up where we just were, because I just opened a door up there, and that'll lead to blue. I'm assuming this key specifically goes to doors like that. But I don't think that door's of any value for us to open. Actually, no, it is, because we just saw that area on the other side, so we do need to go over there. Okay. Never mind. Reading the map wrong. Let's fast travel down. Guardian's Path seems to be the most useful waypoint in this damn area. Because we seem to always be coming back here. This is one of the most central points. And for what it's worth, even when I get frustrated with those bosses and such, understand that I'm incredibly happy to have this game be playing better. Because as you all that were here when I did this initially know, I really wanted this game to be good. So having it playing better is a fantastic thing. Even if they have retained some decisions that I'm not the biggest fan of. I have not played it after the changes long enough to go fully into recommending it. But I do recommend it more than I did before the changes. But considering I've only been playing the changed version for an hour, I don't want to commit to saying that yet. I may still run into something that will change my mind. Basically, on a provisionary basis, yes. On a committed basis, we'll see. And I don't think you can get a fairer answer than that. These things are still a little bit too tanky for their own good. But that's more just, that's annoying rather than it being a problem. Okay, these just take a while to change. You edge-guarding son of a bitch. My instincts were correct again. Ooh, we finally get a health extension. That's a pretty significant increase. 10 more health is pretty good. That's odd. Oh, I fucked up. I fucked up because I was confused by the fact that I seem to not be able to open the start menu. And now it's back again. Okay, that was real odd. I was sitting there mashing start because I wanted to check something, and I just could not. And I've already lost track of what I wanted to check because of that. Ah, something else I wanted to point out, though. One of the things they rebalanced was the Archer and the Caster start with the same amount of health as the Scout now. They took away that disadvantage from these two ranged characters because I guess according to most people it was too fragile to start off with, which is also how we ended up with a bit more health than we had before. Personally, I think the health was fine. We just needed our damage to be rebalanced. Now that our damage is actually on par, we have no real issues. His natural health growth kind of puts us back on track just fine. Let me go check that yellow door while we're nearby it. Completely ignoring that guy. Yeah, I'm a lot more comfortable having this 50 health instead of the 40 we had. You would really, in terms of just face value numbers, not really think that 10 more health is that much. When you consider the fact that it's a quarter more health than we had, that's pretty good. Because you'll notice everything has less health and we do more damage, but it's not like these things are getting steamrolled over. They are still a legitimate threat as long as I'm... You know, if I make any mistakes, I'm going to be punished for it. Which is fair. Okay, that gave us the ability to carry more ammo, but looks like this is otherwise a dead end. It'll be a shortcut later. when we can get to the other side. More or less what that damage rebalance does in my eyes is not even so much make the game easier, it makes traversing areas like this one a lot less tedious. Is that, as I said when we were doing this before, the biggest issue I was having getting around in here, for example, was just the fact that everything felt so spongy, so getting rid of any enemies took forever. Or it felt. That was me trying to be cheeky and reach that crystal up there when I honestly shouldn't be able to, probably. Are you kidding me? I seem to recall that that spike floor there wasn't a problem before when we rode across, so I don't know why it's hurting me now. Because they shouldn't have done anything to that. Patch. So either I'm remembering wrong, which is not a surprise, or something's gone a little funky with that. Oh, no, I know why it never was a problem before, because I always did that. I just jumped over rather than waiting. Because I'm not patient enough for that to be a problem. That makes a lot of sense. Now that we can activate these, we should have some new options for us. Not sure why I just got the puzzle failed sound. So these guys are a big pain in my ass, since they can block in an angle you would not necessarily expect them to be able to block. Okay. I assume that's what they wanted me to do with that? Probably so you can get back? I don't know. Being trapped in here is less than ideal. That was a real bad place to be asleep. Yeah, as you can see there, we are by no means super powerful. We are still very much under threat when we're fighting some of the stronger stuff. Aha! What do I need another block for? Probably something down there? Ah, yeah, break the glass and drop the block in there. That does something. Ah, it opens that, okay. Which gives us access to that crystal, which is the one I was trying to cheese my way to before. And that presumably gets us to that chest. Wrong one. Yep. Gets you nice, easy access to this chest and everything behind it. Which is... trap. But see, now that we actually have a basic attack that does actual damage, combining it with our specials feels a lot better. Because it felt like there was next to no point in throwing regular attacks at the enemies in this area, because you were doing like 1 damage a shot. Now that we're actually back on par, it feels pretty good. Ooh. That could actually be a useful weapon. especially against these things that are weak to sand. Firestone plus. Oh yeah, there's gonna be things that are healed by my attacks now. Right. That's a problem. I'm gonna assume that I don't really need this Firestone. Actually, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. It gives me a little bit more stamina, a little more MP. But more importantly, it does extra damage to things that are weak to fire. So, I'm probably going to want to sub that in some of the time, but I don't think I want to do that all the time. The Greed Amulet still does a good enough job, generally. Pop open this door. Nobody said you could go first. Oh, come on now. The fact that it can warp on you and push you off a ledge is a bit bad. That's a little bit of a problem. Oh, and it's got a close range attack. Oh, okay. Never saw it do that before, so I didn't know it could do that. Get rid of the big smashy man. Of course you did a double. Kindly just die. Thank you. Restores the strength of those who fall in battle. Okay. It's in my permanent items. Interesting. Not really sure how to feel about what that means. Okay. Similarly, not sure how to feel about the Sand Mortar right now, since I'm guessing it needs a target. Oh, that sucks. Let's try it here. Right, not using that. It's probably got its uses like when you're at the bottom of a room full of enemies and they're all above you. But I think the practicality of that weapon is questionable. That seems to be the easy way of disposing of those bandits, is just walk farther away from them so that they chase you and then just blow up in their face. Okay, so now we're back in the main pyramid. We're up here. Okay. We can go back into Deep Pyramid, or we can carry on this way. This is a very similar situation. Dispose of the mummy. Dispose of the idiot. That is a very mana-inefficient way of getting rid of those guys, I'll admit that much. Sure, it kills them in one shot, but I can just basic attack them to death at this point. Do I really want whatever's in this box that badly? The answer is yes, since I've already committed this far. I stand corrected, I did not want that badly. And I don't have a blue gem to open that with. Which, hindsight being 2020, there was a red gem box somewhere back toward the beginning that I didn't go back for. We did not... Actually, no, we did see it since we resumed the game, now that I think about it. We just only saw it for a moment. Oh, that actually linked us back here. That's actually good. Because I can actually go grab that chest I was thinking of. Is this down? There. I really wish my body would stop rebelling against me whenever I'm trying to get something done. It's not weird itches because of bugs wandering around or things like that. It's fucking hiccups. One of those things. Save. Watch as the frame rate dies for some reason. Game? Okay, game? What the hell happened there? Okay. Whatever happened seems to have resolved itself. I'm not gonna worry about it. I want to be in the prayer room because that'll get me to the chest I'm thinking of. This is back where we started this area. I know I sounded very confident when I said that, but that doesn't mean I believe myself. Hey, Nimble. I'll give it a minute because I don't know if you can hear me yet. Oh, that's not red, that's purple. Great. Well, that was a trip for nothing. Hey, Nimble, thank you for the raid. How was your Pokemon stream? I think you were playing Arceus still? Hey, Bibbidi's here too. How are you all doing? Why is my chat not scrolling? There we go. Why is my frame rate dying? There we go. So those who came over from Nimble, as the screen says, as I'm Dracomut, and what we're doing right now is trying out the new big patch for Soldiers because we were having all kinds of issues with scaling as far as our damage and such went before, and now they've patched it so that it's actually reasonable. And it has made a significant difference for us. And fair enough, Bibbidi. I appreciate it. Have a good day with work. Yeah, it's a really good game. I just could not keep going with it at the pace it was, because everything just felt so spongy to try to get rid of. We just couldn't make any progress anymore. Now that we do actual damage again, things are fine. Of course, you're welcome. Let's see. Why didn't I open that? There's more than likely a problem of some kind down there with getting in there. I should have fast traveled, but oh well. Now, the main attraction for this game is the fact you actually have 3 class choices at the start to choose from. As the Twitch poll decided, we are the caster of the 3. There is a Scout, which is a melee-focused shield-wielding class, and there's also the Archer, who has a limited amount of arrows and throws their bow in order to be able to regain them. So they're interesting choices, and I did try all of them out at the time. I don't know which one I would actually recommend at this point, because they all seem like they'll do just fine. But I'd say it ends up being just a pick your poison. I tend toward casters or archers a lot as well. This caster, I would say, really doesn't feel like much of a caster. Mostly because you don't actually have that much magic to use. Aside from just a basic homing attack, a blast, and exploding clones. Which the exploding clones are fun. No, we went up there already. Now, the main traversal gimmick of this game is you have orbs. This is our base form. Doesn't do a whole lot, just fires off regular magic. We picked up the fire orb in the first stage, and that granted us access to burning webs and dealing fire damage to enemies. In here, we've then picked up the sand orb, which can activate these crystals to provide us with platforms. I've already been in this section over here, so we're not actually going to follow up on that thought. Actually, no, we are going to go this way, because this will lead back to where we want to be to a degree. Every class has a shield move they can do, and a dodge. Our dodge is what projects the clones that we can use to explode. These guys are resistant to sand, so we want to switch fire. Now, before the patch, all these homing attacks you see me throwing around that are doing 4 damage would have been doing, like, 1. So you can understand why it's a significant change. They've also since increased the health of all the classes to be more in line with each other. Because it used to be that the Scout had a fairly significant advantage in terms of that, which, being the melee class, that's fair. I don't think they needed to make that change. But I welcome the increased health either way. And all in all, this is one of the more fluid-feeling Metroidvanias I've played in a long time. The movement feels very good. I've not had much in the way of movement-based issues. Aside from occasionally grabbing onto ledges I didn't want to. But that's just kind of like one of those universal problems. I'm not sure I'm going the right way, but I wanted to get away from that problem. Now you'll see a meter going around my staff up there at the top. That is what will determine how strong a blast I do when I actually fire off that charge. Do I actually want to go through this door? Yes, I have no reason not to right now. So I think there was another area connected to here that I didn't go into. Yeah, there's 2 holes down there. The other thing we have access to is you'll see that knife with a 35 next to it. That is one of our sub-weapons. We so far have a knife, a sand mortar. Actually, no, that's the flash bomb. That's the sand mortar. Dark lances we picked up off of a possessed spearman. Bombs we picked up off of a pig merchant. Poison bombs, which I believe just found in a chest. And that's all we've got so far. Those are recharged through red crystals we'll find in pots or off of enemies, generally. But they are limited, aside from being able to be recharged. You have your standard potions. Which in this case, we're gonna chug that cure to get rid of that poison. Otherwise, we have potions that give critical chance. Which, when I say critical chance, I mean it actually gives you guaranteed crits for the duration of the... He fell down. He's gone now. I'm used to being the one who falls through the floor. So this is a nice change. Yeah, at most save points there is a shop, so you can restock on those consumables pretty easily, generally. Now, I will warn anyone who wants to pick this game up, there are a lot of status elements in this game. There's actually a list of them in here, I believe. Yeah, stunned, poisoned, bleeding, asleep, blinded, silenced, confused, burned, frozen, paralyzed, petrified, cursed, death cursed, and immobilized. A lot of them really sound redundant, but I would not be surprised if each of them do different terrible things to you. I didn't actually read them all in terms of what they actually do, because I've not been that worried about it. I do have to climb this nasty nonsense again, which has been unfortunate. But that's what I get for taking a wrong turn. Yeah, pretty much. It has all of your standard RPG elements, with a little bit of redundancy of some of them being split into two of them. Yeah, kinda. It definitely covers those bases. It's like, oh hey, you've been hit by an attack. Enjoy having your life ruined for a while, in one way or another. There we go, we gained another level. Which there is leveling in this game. It's not been the most impactful leveling I've ever seen. But it does net you mastery relics, which you can use on this tree here. And certain masteries only unlock once you reach a certain level. I've primarily gone into making the explosive power of my reflections better, because the rest of these weren't really available before, nor do they do a lot. Like, I could reduce my chance of getting affected by status ailments, but I don't really care, and I don't use my barrier that much, so I don't really care about making my barrier explode. We are currently level 13, though, so we are not going to see these other masteries anytime soon. And the scaling on these masteries is something I'm still not exactly pleased with. Because you notice we've got a 5-level gap before we see another one now. We're not getting anything else out of this for 5 levels. That seems to me like not a great choice. They should have made one of these two like 15 or something, so it's broken up nicely. Yeah, I would think. Considering you've got 3 at 18. Especially since, of all things, 18 seems like a bit of an arbitrary number. But by the same token, it depends on where they actually put the level cap. Which that I don't know. And going back up here was actually ultimately pointless. I forgot that we didn't have this elevator active, so we can't actually go back up. That's problematic. We've got red and yellow gems. But I've opened most of the red or yellow doors. And I don't know how to get to that door in the Deep Pyramid to get into that door in the Great Pyramid. But the way it's marked on my map makes me feel like I have seen it. So that might be something I can do. The other option is I look for more places like over there where there's more crystals. See if there's more I can do with my new sand powers. There's also up there. I've still got plenty of options to follow. I just need to figure out what option I should be following right now that actually leads somewhere useful. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna follow up on this, maybe? I'm not sure that's possible for us right now. This is probably a better choice to follow up on, since that looks more practical in terms of whether I can actually do it or not. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit up this save point underneath me here and warp down. Which annoyingly is back where we were when we started this most recent trip out, but you know, that's how it goes sometimes when you get lost. You end up going around in a loop. And I would go out and upgrade my equipment and such, because that is something you can do, but we're currently locked in this pyramid. They've actually prevented us from fast traveling out of this area. For the time being, until we deal with the Guardian in this area. Which is not something I typically mechanically approve of, but it is what it is. Okay, it seems like the frame drop is tied to saving, so something's gone wrong there. I'm not entirely sure what. Because it was saving fine before the patch, so they may have screwed something up somehow there. Not entirely sure how they could have, but coders can do amazing bad things sometimes. Okay, we can't actually go up there anyway, because that ladder. Which there was that other ladder in the mini-boss room that I forgot to kick down, which is a bit of a problem, but in the end, that ladder I don't think matters. So I suppose we may as well go up here, because that's where we last were making progress anyway, so that's probably connected to where we need to be. Means we want Great Corridor. And that is, if anything, one complaint I might point out, is that while you do want your areas to be pretty sizable and take a decent amount of time for a game like this, I feel like this game's areas are a little more convoluted than they need to be in terms of the main dungeon areas. Of course. It's not way out there in terms of being convoluted. It just feels like there may be just that bit of uncomfortable padding to these areas. And that may just be my headspace when I've been playing it, not being the best for pathing. Ah, okay, that looped us back around to here, which activated that elevator, but didn't actually do anything for us. Okay. So there must be a door in the Deep Pyramid that we're missing then, because I'm running out of options in the Great Pyramid. But over in the Deep Pyramid, there's... No, there is a lot of doors, so there may just be a door we didn't use somewhere. So my access to the Deep Pyramid's probably going to be that door down there. We can more than likely use that door to get to most anywhere else. So I feel like I'm going in a loop again by going through that door, because isn't that the one we just went through a couple times already? I mean, we'll find out in a second either way, I guess. No, this isn't the same one. Okay. That takes us here, which I can then jump up there and take that door. I'm just gonna ignore these fake ears. Okay. Can go up and around potentially and get in there. That might be the path we needed. God damn it, there's just Assholes everywhere. Fine. You want to die? I can make that happen for you. And some of those enemies you'll notice are purple. That's because they have these parasite enemies inside them. They're possessed by whatever that evil nonsense that is around here is called, which I don't think it's been named yet. At least not properly. It may be something I forgot. Okay, we've been in there before. God damn it. I really need to be paying more attention to the map. Because we easily could have just walked down to where I'm trying to get to right now. From a save point. Begs the question why I didn't go down there. I feel like something must have stopped me on the way there. So that's a bit odd. Okay. On the note of something odd, I thought I saw something, but it's nothing to worry about. Sake. Now, admittedly, I regret coming back here, but, you know, as need must. I do appreciate the fact that you don't actually have to be able to see the platforms at the time for them to be solid for you. Because otherwise that would have been very unfortunate. Frame drop. Every time it saves, it seems to have a frame drop now. That's very odd. My intent is to get down here and hope that there's something meaningful down here. There is another door, which probably connects to where we needed to be. Okay. Sometimes if you just lose the thread of where you were going, just that little bit, you can end up wandering lost for a very long time. These crystals are what's generating the slime guys, so we definitely need to dispose of that rapidly. Otherwise, we'll just be getting harassed the whole time. Okay, that leads back to this door, which I believe is... Yep, that's the one we were looking at before. Okay. So, what does that actually do for us in the long run? Was there another door in here? No. So was that whole side path pointless? Does that just exist to waste my time? I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a pyramid. It's designed to have dead ends and weird paths to trap would-be tomb robbers and such so that they die. But... man, this place is a pain. I haven't seen the other side of that door, but that's the one we can't get to. I haven't seen the other side of that door, but we can't get to that one either. The way some of these parts of the map are bleeding through because we walked near them, like on a corner or such, is really complicating matters. We can't reach that door either. Can't reach that one because we didn't hit the button. We used the sand to get up there. Used that sand section. I'm missing something. I'm frustratingly missing something, and it's probably something obvious that I would have remembered if we gone through this place in one go the same day. And I am now instead having to puzzle out where the hell we're supposed to be. And it's looking like that door right there is the key. Because you'll notice that there's a section there that we haven't accessed. Because that's currently basically a dead-end path. So I need to get to that door or that door. Most likely we'll go for that door up top there because there's a save point near it. So from our present location, we're going to want to just go... Oh, never mind. We're actually right near that already anyway. Which is probably why that looped the way it did. Because generally, these kind of things do have a logic to them that once you understand them, tends to lead the right way around. You gotta do what you gotta do, Nimble. Well, thank you again for the raid, and have a good one. Oh, we can't actually get to that door, because that's the one I forgot to kick the damn ladder down for. God damn it. We're gonna have to use the other door, which is that one over there. We want to go to that save point. Okay. Not sure why it keeps making the puzzle failed noise at me. Like, I know I'm stupid, game. You don't need to keep reminding me that I'm stupid. So this door should be the key to everything we're looking for. Say having already said that about something else and being wrong, so we'll see if I'm right this time. This should lead elsewhere. That we for some... I don't even know why we didn't follow this path up, actually. We just kind of turned around for one reason or another. And I think it was because I remembered the red chest or something, and that screwed up everything. Yeah, while you're blinded, you can't actually hit enemies, like, at all. I don't know if it's a 100% you can't hit, but it may as well be at the rate it's happened. Okay, it just gives a lot of MP. Makes sense with the way it's described. No button for that door. Oh, come on. That's blatantly something you should be able to wall jump up to, but apparently that's not going to be the case. It's it's 1 pixel high enough. So odds are, if you had some means of getting slightly higher, you could sequence break your way up there. Not that it would be the most beneficial sequence break, probably, but it'd be fun. Oh great, we get to fight you again, huh? You're resistant to sand, of course. But as you can see, thanks to the changes, he is nowhere near the problem he was. But if we had gotten past the first one back in the original version of the game, you can see how we would have had a real big problem having to fight another one of those. And I'm betting that's not even going to be the last one of those we see in here either. So that would have been a real issue. Seems like every color of those beetles will put you to sleep, no matter what you're dealing with on that one. That's probably not worth doing right now. Because we ain't getting back up in any real capacity right now. Okay. That's most likely what I'm gonna have to do. I just need to deal with our parade problem first. Okay, hold that thought. I need to get my head on straight. Oh, fuck me. Nope. I couldn't fucking get control of the situation enough because they knocked me off that platform and then I just could not. Oh! God damn it, game. Why was that a timed response? I look away for a second, it's like, oh, I'm dead. I don't need to look at the screen for a moment so I can check something. And lo and behold, the use feather prompt is timed for some reason. Okay, I don't think we actually lost much progress, though. I'm pretty sure it was just the time we spent walking through that one area, through the doors. Which, you know, in the end, annoying, but not really a huge progress loss, and now we know what we're getting into. I'm mostly just annoyed with myself at the fact that I happened to look away the one time we could have avoided dying, and even though we were dead. But by the same token, I don't think I would have wanted to use the Valkyrie Feather at that point anyway, because it's a really minor time loss. I don't think it would have been worth it. Oh, for fuck's sake. So it's funny. I'm having a lot of headspace issues with this right now. Not because I'm upset or bad off particularly right now. I honestly felt better than I have in a while when I woke up today after all the changes I made. For some reason, I'm just starting to sag right back down a bit. It's not like I feel bad, it's just a matter of brain is having trouble focusing anymore is the issue, I think. So it's leading me to running around here kind of scatterbrained. Which, you know, does not really help with getting around in a place like this. Not to mention staying alive in said place. Especially when you autopilot, drop down a ledge, and put yourself right back to where you fucking started because you're an idiot. Though, in my defense, I did press the button to knock the ladder down. I just moved too fast after giving it that input, not realizing it didn't take that input. But that was still very stupid of me to just jump back down there without looking first. Especially since I really should have known where I was, considering how many times we've been there. Or at this point. So now we gotta do that whole walk again. Because brain is not on my side. Which, admittedly, I think part of the problem is I'm not as engaged with this part of the game right now as I was before. In part because, you know, a bit disconnected from some things because of the way we had to take a long break from this. And the fact that we're really just kind of running back through places. I'm gonna kick the ladder back down. But we're not actually going to stay here. We're actually going to go back and go through that door properly this time. I autopiloted all the way over here again. But at least this time I was not a complete idiot, and I actually knocked the ladder down. It's easy to forget that this door is over here. You son of a bitch. Not only do you hurt my eyes, but you make it impossible for me to kill you and your friends. Okay, getting real tired of that now. And for those wondering why sometimes you'll see me mashing the D-pad when I'm running from a problem, that's because you can't actually use your potions until you're standing completely still. Which is really annoying, and I have to assume it's like 90% because of the animations they tied to using it being a stationary animation, and of course they probably did that so that you don't just potion on the run and save yourself from problems. But it does. That's one thing I will say does not feel good. Is it's very easy for it to not interpret you standing still properly. Just to balance out the positive things I've been saying, I do want to give that honest criticism to the game. Just so people don't think everything's a bed of roses with this, because it ain't. It is by no means a perfect experience, and there are definitely things they could have done better. But I suppose the fact that it needed to be left for like a week or two so that they could patch it to be better balanced is enough of a sign in of itself. But it does speak well for them that they were willing to go back in and patch it that much to begin with, based on player feedback. It means they actually understand that people know what they're talking about, or they're at least willing to hear people out. Whether they really believed what people were harping about or not. Okay. That was still super messy, but we got there. Trigger that guy so I can dispose of him. But you'll notice that the corrupted guys don't always send out the weird little corruption crab thing. And I don't really know what determines that. I've not seen much of any consistency with that one. Because ordinarily I would assume, oh, it's just do enough overkill damage or something and it won't spawn the thing. We're gonna die. We are so fucking gonna die. Especially if I keep getting stuck on shit like that. Use the box animation to save my life. Dodge! Keep dodging! Run for your fucking life! I wanted to open the box to hopefully get a potion. That's another thing. You can't actually trigger animations like opening the boxes and such on the go either, with any consistency. But the thing is, since I've managed to do it before, I know it's possible. The game just really does not like it when you do that. Also, using the Lazarus Feather was clearly pointless. Because, wow, that got bad. Now we gotta do that path again. Because clearly the game really hated the idea of me not stopping and killing each of those guards. Oh, it actually checkpoints over here. Okay, that was actually really helpful to accidentally go that way. Okay. Yeah, sure, that's a angle where that attack should have landed. Yes, absolutely. I do wish I didn't have to keep redoing this. That you guys didn't have to sit through me redoing this, but it's just the way it goes sometimes. Things are not working out completely. Oh. Why do you have to be corrupted? Alright, shield your eyes, people, because I'm about to make the screen flash a lot. Or he's going to cheat me out and hide up there like a... Jesus Christ. Oh, and he's still not dead even from all that, huh? And I forgot that curse reduces the amount you heal. Oh, boy. This has just managed to find every way it possibly can to go wrong. Christ. Oh, there went all our healing, and we're down to basically one-hit death territory. Hooray. Everything's going great. I'm gonna wait the curse out before I pick up that corpse so I don't waste another heal. There we go. This just makes it all the more imperative that we kill everything carefully instead of trying to rush through like I did before. Get rid of the mummy. Trigger the slime pile. Ah, that's why it seemed like I wasn't able to kill the slimes. Because there was more of them. I didn't realize there was 2 waves of them that came out of there. Because, you know, I was a little busy with the mummy and everything down there. still don't know a great way of dealing with these guys. Considering they can, you know, block my exploding clones, which seems to be the only real consistent way of getting through their shield. Which isn't even that consistent either, as proven by my own statement there. Okay, he at least gave me back some of my health. Box. Construct. Because that's the other thing, is waiting for him to reconstruct leaves you real vulnerable to him hitting you instead of you getting to hit him. Okay. Shouldn't be as bad now. Of course, it'd be better if we could actually get some real amount of health back. Like, the fact that I can shoot behind them and not have that actually count as hitting them through their shield is the biggest issue as far as those big Anubis guards go. They should not have protection on the back of them. Oh, and of course there was a save point right there. Just off-screen by an inch. That's insulting. But at the same time, that is so typical. That is so fucking typical. Like, it should tell you all a lot, the fact that I'm still managing to smile after being annoyed by that. In terms of just how much I do genuinely enjoy this game, that I can not be that mad at it. Because, in the end, that was my own fault. I ran ahead trying to be cheeky, and I paid the price for it multiple times. So I, of course, was stubborn enough to try it multiple times. So I can't, like, blame the developers for that one. I can blame them for the way the wall jumps are not necessarily always the most consistent. I gotta wait for the timer to run out because I can't pass through this. Yeah, that whole other area down there was just spikes. I had a feeling. Okay, that... Ah, okay. More sandworms. Got it. My name ain't Beetlejuice. You don't need to send sandworms after me. Oh, and there's something throwing shit down here, too. Great. Okay, the sand level's raising up now. Rising up, raising up, doesn't fucking matter. Is he living? Oh, and there's a harpy up there, huh? Great. Thanks, game. Love everything you're doing there. So friendly and so helpful. Oh, great, and now I gotta deal with one of these jerks, too. Which, I'm not gonna lie, I was about to ask why one of these hadn't shown up, because these would have been the thing that would make sense for a section like this, but I was really hoping they weren't gonna have one of those. Great, you get to do this twice, huh? Okay. I should have just detonated the first clone. Oh, Jesus Christ. Come on now. No. No, 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 no. Okay. We finally have platforms so we can go deal with these stupid crystals. It looks like once we have the final platform, we might be able to go back through the door we came in from, but at the same time, why would we? Well, health potion. Now, presumably, I just need to kill this guy, and we can move on. No, it's not done yet. There's more. Okay, how many of you jackasses are gonna spawn before you let me leave? Thank you. And of course it's gonna time out the loot. No, not quite. Close. All of that just to get into this room that was like 2 feet away and get the blue gem. Okay. At least we got the blue gem out of that. If we hadn't gotten a progress item from that, I was about to be very cross. That screams trap, but apparently it wasn't one. But this connects us back to a save point that is in a reasonably convenient location. Now, I will say today's probably going to end up just being another 3-hour stream. Just because of the headspace issues I mentioned. Just not being at my best. But at the very least, I'm hoping we can make some significant progress through this place, which we're already on a pretty good start for that, I'd say. But within an hour, we might actually be able to go and at least get to the boss of this area, if not beat him. Depends on how tough that fight ends up being. And how many more goddamn loops we have to go through to get around in here. Because we have, presumably, at least one more crystal to collect. Because I've seen green around. So, actually, no. No, thinking about it, we might not need any more crystals, because doesn't blue and yellow make green? Then again, there is a green chest. And there is a purple chest as well, now that I think about it. And clearly it won't let you combine those to open the chests. So I would have to assume then that there is a gem specific to those colors. Oh, this situation's just got real good, didn't it? Thankfully, still a completely resolvable situation. Oh, for fuck's sake. Game, you're making me really consider taking back some of that praise I was given earlier with how annoying you're getting. Just throwing armies of enemies at me. But that definitely, again, proves my point about not having continued this before this patch, because just imagine fighting all of that doing like 1/3 of the damage we're doing now. That would have just been awful to deal with. beating Dark Axe with all the no damage we dealt before would have been awful. Dealing with these piles of enemies would have been awful. Multiple Anubis priests would have been awful. Like, just so much could have been so much worse. And while I'd like to say that's not affecting my judgment of things now, it probably is. And I have to acknowledge that. That's just out of fairness. But again, some of that's still my own fault because of the way I'm playing the game, too. That is another thing that has to be acknowledged out of fairness. There's a much more efficient way I could have been going about a lot of this. But I don't think any of you are here for efficiency, are you? If you are, why are you here? You're in the wrong place. Find somebody smarter. Yeah. We can get away with taking a hit from the sand version. Oh, you know what? Never mind. I was gonna say we can get away with taking a sand hit because we have sand protection. But instead I took a hit from the poison version, which was a problem. That's what we have immunity potions for, which I very rarely use. Hey, we finally found another small key to open one of the jail cells with. It's been a long damn time since we found one of those. Okay. Now, which of these doors do I want to go to first? I could have just walked over and hit a blue door there, too, but I think that was closed. Can probably open that. Actually, no, because that would probably need blue and green, judging from the color of it. It's a little odd that the only notable blue door leads nowhere. So I think we did activate that elevator, so we can at least get back there. So I guess let's check that, because there's gotta be a reason why there's a path there, right? They wouldn't just put a path for sake of putting a path. No, but I have to do this shit again. Maybe this wasn't worth thinking about. Oh well, we're here. Too late to take back now. But we can open this, so it's probably worth it. Oh, it's a full heal. It's just a 100% cure. Oh, not using that anytime soon. We all know how things like that work. You have this amazing healing item, and you will never use it. We were probably intended to have walked up there and opened that door. Which means presumably there's something over on that side we needed to see or do. But we got there from the other side anyway. Wait. No, that's a good question. How did we get over here? Oh wait, no, we jumped down from the other thing. Okay, never mind. mind, that makes sense. I just had a real weird moment there of pathing in my head. Now, I could not fathom what the hell happened. So that's still not accessible to us. So we opened that blue door, which did nothing for us. Well, the only thing I can think of is to check those turquoise doors on the off chance that we can actually open. But I would assume those need blue and green. But worst case, we check it and we don't go anywhere. No, that's a green door, idiot. What are you doing? But I can try the green door and see if my thought about it being just blue and yellow is correct, though I'm pretty sure I'm wrong. No, apparently that is correct. Okay. The fact that there is a green gem made me question that. But I guess since it had 2 slots, it only made sense to use a combination for it. That gets us a new door. It also gets me a couple soldiers I could free. But freeing individual soldiers doesn't do anything for us, so I'm not gonna bother right now. I can come back and clean them out later. Yep. Am I actually gonna have to fight this again now, or is there gonna be a trick? Nope, we are actually fighting the Royal Scorpion by ourselves this time. Okay. And it's got a new trick. Ah, I see. Oh, wow, that is a problematic attack. Because it's just such a long pattern. Like, how do you get past that last one? And we have no choice but to do that. Like, are you just meant to get that far ahead of it? We can definitely get pretty far ahead. But then we end up with a disadvantage there toward the end of that. Okay, it seems like it has less health this time, though. Should be using fire. Take more damage from that. Of course, now we gotta do that whole bit again. Would also love to know what determines whether my lock-on will actually lock onto crystals or not. Because sometimes it will and sometimes it won't. And I don't understand why. There does not appear to be a particular rhyme or reason to it working and not working. Ah. Did it again because I'm looking too far ahead of myself. So I'm pathing based on further parts of the pattern and getting myself in trouble, but I have to look ahead or I don't know where I'm going. And then the wall jumping doesn't fucking... Are you fucking kidding me, game? Why is this not over yet? probably hooped at this point. I was hoping to be able to kill him before I had to do this bit again. Okay, what the fuck do you expect me to do with this? Considering you can't double jump off of a wall jump, that's a son of a bitch and a half to do. You have to land on that wall and then double jump off of it cleanly to get to the crystal. This is definitely a fight that would be easier as an archer. Because you'd be able to hit the crystals from a distance and not have to just chase them down every time. I have made mistakes. Went too fast. Need to wait for the beam to get high enough up. By rights, I feel like that should have counted as me fucking that up. But I'll be happy and accept the fact that it worked. This is the one I need to go really fast on. You know, when the game doesn't fucking screw me on my inputs. Now I gotta wait. Fucked up. Gotcha. Thankfully, we can clock really good damage on this thing. Okay, okay. Oh, are you fucking kidding me? You just trap the player like that, huh? You cunt bags. Like, I like the idea of this boss, but I hate this pattern. This pattern is kinda ass. It teaches you to go fast the first couple times, and then punishes you for it at this point. You basically have to bait the laser up at that point in order to have a prayer. Okay, where the fuck? What? The hell do you think I'm doing with that, game? Okay, with a choice between using the legendary fruit or the feather, I'll go ahead and just use the feather. If for nothing else, so I can finish learning this pattern. This is a pretty nasty pattern, and I think it outstays its welcome a little bit. But I'm assuming this is the last one I have to do, which is why it's so nasty. That doesn't mean I approve. It's like, what the hell am I supposed to do with this? Do I wait for the other laser to get all the way down? And then, I guess, yeah, I have to staircase up from there? Okay. That's not as unreasonable as it looked, but it sucks. Fight's over. Sad I had to use the feather on that. If I really wanted to, I probably could have redone the fight cleanly, but I just cannot be bothered to do that whole sequence again. I'll accept the fact that I'm down a revive. Of course, yet again, if I was a smarter man, I could have just used one of my soul rings right before the end of that as well, so I would have been able to avoid wasting the feather. That is a thing. I do have multiple ways of preventing death that I've not been using. So that is another case of it's kind of on me that I'm not dealing with problems as well as I could, because I've been trying to preserve resources for later. But if I'm getting my head kicked in now, I probably should be, you know, using the resources to not get my head kicked in. Now we can open the turquoise doors, presumably. Because we can use the green and blue that we're supposed to. All that's left is purple. Which will presumably encounter a purple door somewhere that we have to use red and blue to open, and that'll give us access to the purple gem. As a result of whatever fight we have to do to get it. If they keep on the same pattern they've been on for this area so far. Which, the developers of this game don't seem to be too interested in defying whatever patterns they start. Okay, that slime popped himself. Okay, I need to ride this wall. Which is gonna really suck with the inconsistent wall jumping this game has. Times... how the fuck? Oh, yeah, I guess you just have to wait out a line of spikes for a second. Okay. Ah, okay. Knockback is the worst mechanic in game design. It's never been a fun mechanic for the player. When you get knocked off of something you climbed for 3 hours, you just want to die. Why did it time out faster that time? Because that was definitely not as long as it was before. And why, when I press the exact same buttons, do I not get the same result? Could someone please explain? Because I would like answers. Answers are good things to have. Especially when it's answers to weird mysteries like that. I'm an idiot. I need to remember I can just drop through those. Okay. That really sucked. Had to burn expensive resources to get through that. Not a fan. Fuck this, let me out. Okay, now we're here. Yeah, I had a feeling. We are not equipped for this problem right now. Oh yeah, you know, that's fair. I put a clone behind him, but he blocks it anyway. Good news, it checkpointed us here. Bad news, we're still ill-equipped to deal with this situation. You're fucking kidding me. Don't care. Just fucking die. Oh, are you fucking joking? Please, game. Please. Let me have control of my character, please. Jesus Christ. That was so nearly a disaster. This probably ain't gonna be fucking worth it either. Nope, fuck you. Fuck you, I'm leaving. Don't care. Damn it. Just gotta wait for the gas to go away or I'm gonna fucking die when I stand up. Jesus Christ. Come on now. Haven't I had enough yet? Nope, apparently I haven't had enough yet, because they're just gonna snipe me out of the air. Oh, and it checkpointed back here, but it checkpointed after the fight. Okay. That's okay. I was very worried for a moment there, and then that worry turned into confusion for a brief moment. But on the bright side, we got some of our health back. His checkpoints seem to bring you back at half health. So this is not a total wash of a situation right now. It's not good, but this is at least a playable situation. If it was much worse, I would say we're gonna have to roll back, but considering we can make something work out of this, I'm just gonna press on. May or may not have just had a hindsight is 2020 moment there. I'm protected from the sand blasts, I believe, when I'm in sand form. So there was no reason for me to be afraid of that in the first place. Ooh, I want that. Oh, it's just a regular solar pendant. Now, I'm not sure how they expect you to get up there. Presumably we'll get something that'll help us with that situation. And we may just have to come back. I'm gonna believe this is leading towards where the purple gem is, considering all the purple lights everywhere. That almost was an absolute disaster, but it wasn't. We've been down there already, so we don't want to go down. We've been through that door already, technically, too, apparently. Or at least we've seen the other side of that door, so we want to go through the top door. Got it. Oh yeah, because we looked at this elevator, realized it wasn't active, and we had to go the other way. Okay, thank God we got a save point. And even though there's not a shop at this save point, we can fast travel to where there is one. Because we're gonna need to stock up on health potions, I suspect. Because I get the feeling we're about to go into another fight to get the next one of the gems. Which I will say this, we are rolling in money from all this nonsense. I'm actually gonna grab some of these restorative potions too. And grab the next critical potion too, why not? May as well just be stocked on everything. With that much money. Oh, the apex of the pyramid might actually be where the big boss is. But it'd be a bit weird that we didn't get the purple gem unless he's guarding it. But here's where it's gonna be. One way or the other, because we used 2 gems to gain access to it. Yeah, that's definitely a big boss door. Oh, he's not gonna be here himself, though. He's got a Sphinx. You got a riddle for me? Congratulations on making it this far. If you wish to live, you will have to correctly answer this question. What will you lose before leaving this room? My patience. This seems like a crapshoot. I've got nothing to work with as far as answering this. I'm gonna say head. Incorrect. You will lose everything. See, there was no right answer, you cheating Sphinx. It's not how riddles work, buddy. You're supposed to have an answer to the question, not fucking keep me from having any answers at all. Okay, sand heals him. I should stop throwing sand at him. Okay, jump over that. Double jump over it on the way back. Just healing potions so I can heal. He's gonna throw it again. Not really sure what my answer to that laser is supposed to be. Because unless you're up against the wall, you're just gonna eat that laser. I'm probably meant to just block it, actually, now that I think about it. Okay, he's resistant to that, too. What am I doing? Oh, he's just resistant to everything in certain positions. Okay. We're definitely going to lose at least this first fight, probably, because I have to learn how to fight this thing. Yeah, as you can see, when he's flying, he's protected against, like, everything, it seems. Either that or he switches weaknesses, and I'm supposed to... Ah! Well, at least I conveniently landed in a safe spot, apparently. Go up and... God damn it. Wheel at me again. Still, for how this first round's going, we're doing a decent amount of damage to him. My reflex to jump is gonna keep getting me hit by that laser. I am dropping frames. This is not good. Getting real tired of that happening all the time now. I don't have an answer for why I have just these periodic drops now. Because I don't think it's the internet connection as a whole. But I'm also similarly unsure if it's actually an issue with OBS either. Early, just because I don't know if I can rely on this internet connection right now to stay stable enough to be watchable. So now it's showing dropped frames 0. What the hell is going on here? Because it definitely turned red a couple times in the past few minutes. Of course, it may just be Twitch servers having a day. Because there's certainly no shortage of times when their servers just start shitting the bed. Yeah. It's just a matter of if that starts happening more frequently is what I'm concerned about. Okay, can't dash through that either. So I should have just stayed out. But it's good to know that it's not more significant than that at least. Because it's hard to tell what it's actually going to end up doing when it ends up dropping like that. Got some good damage there. He's gonna do his laser show again. Which, now that we know it's safe inside it, we can just kind of hang out here and chip at him. As long as he doesn't get too cheeky with his directions. Okay, for fuck's sake, game. Wants to be cheeky like that. I can be cheeky right back. Okay. I saw the purple, so I thought he was throwing the ring. I don't know what this means. Ah! We need to stay under the sand or we die. Okay. That was a bad idea. That was a very bad idea. I was trying to get closer to him so I could start attacking him. I thought I had a gap where I could actually get away with that. But it was not quite enough of a gap. I still don't know what to do about that laser. Because even if I wall jump, I don't have enough time. Yeah, do the wheel. The wheel's a good move. I like the wheel. Everybody loves the wheel, because the wheel does nothing to me. I may just have to start accepting laser damage just so I can keep hitting him, because I can't counter the laser anyway. I could climb up and do a bit more damage, but I may as well just pelt him from down here because it's more consistent. I don't know if it adds up to be more, but it's less effort, so I'm kind of okay with that. May as well hang out outside the route. No, hanging out outside the laser doesn't do me any good either. And I guess I just have to wait this out, because every time I try to attack him, he starts being real fucking annoying about the direction, and he's going with that. Which admittedly makes sense as a hard counter to you doing that. But that doesn't mean I have to like it. You need to wait for the platforms to get close enough together that you can cross over, and then you can shoot at him. You just gotta be real mindful of where the sand is. But the fact that we still have a healing potion left gives me some pretty decent faith that we're gonna win this time. Unless he pulls out yet another new move. Which he probably will have at least one more. Ah! Or he's gonna keep being cheap with his fucking direction changes. I don't care who you are, I'm pretty sure there was no way we were gonna turn around fast enough to counter him doing it that time. Targeting! Are you like this? I used the wrong potion. I'm an idiot. Oh, this is not great. I meant to have the critical potion selected and drink that, but I got my potions crossed because they're both brown potions. Well, the critical one's a little more orange, but glancing, they look very similar. And I didn't exactly have time to stare at which potion I was drinking. Okay, you can do that. It just requires getting the double jump and the wall jump timed perfectly. I'm not sure if that counts as good to know or bad. I'm gonna have to file it under good to know, even though I'm not happy about it. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. I fucked up. I only just now realized I still had sand selected. Okay. So I went and fucking healed him partially. We're gonna end up using up that heal ring. Because he's gonna tag me at least once with this, because he's gonna do a douchey turn at some point that I'm not gonna be able to read. Or not. Random frame drop that's gonna fuck up my jumping instead. Too early. May as well use the other soul ring. Game. Sometimes it's a little weird about some things. So at the rate this fight's going, finishing this fight's probably going to line up to the same time I was intending to end anyway. So there's that at least. Unless I can just chip him to death right here, right now. Yeah! Okay. Chip damage wins the game. That was really bad on the resources, but you know what? We won the fight. Now we have all the gems, presumably. Wretched fools. Do you have any idea what it'll cost me to get a hold of another collection of pets like that? You won't find what you seek here. Go, turn back now, but don't mistake this act for weakness. A ruler must show fairness, and my power exceeded only by my magnanimity. Leave here at once. If you ever return, I guarantee you won't receive the same compassion. Now! He's just gonna fucking throw us out, huh? So I guess we don't ever actually fight him. Okay. So we might actually be able to come back and fight him, judging from the way that sounds. And considering we didn't release all the soldiers, I have to assume there's more we can do here. For eliminating Anubis' creatures, you've been granted freedom. Now's your chance to escape the pyramid before it changes its mind. Okay, yeah, payback finished. That's why it popped up. Oh yeah, these are the ones in the spider lair. And we know where all the soldiers are, we just didn't have enough keys to open all the doors. Now the question becomes, do I want to go back in here and go get the couple chests, at the very least, that I know about? This one I'm guaranteed I want to get, because it's right here. Oh, that's actually really useful. Okay. I'm still confused about this crystal. I'm assuming that's something we're gonna get that we can use to deal with that at some point. There's still big chunks of this place we haven't been into. But I'm kind of sick of looking at this place, so we'll come back to that at a future time. We'll go take a look at the future of this game before I close off. Since this did not go as rough as I thought it was going to. Now, I'm assuming they locked us in here because they didn't want us traveling back to town. Since we did see corruption reigning on Hafen City before we left. So I'm assuming they're giving plot time to happen, more or less. Now we leave. You're back. You're just full of surprises, aren't you, lad? So that's it. He just kicks us out. He was nothing more than a big phony. Breathe. I'd have preferred to make him pay, but we'll have to make do with freedom. Let's get out of here. We have a report to deliver. I think I'll add that they should put you in my regiment. What do you say? And no, you guys are too big and clunky and stupid. I don't want to be a part of your regiment. Things are transpiring, I guess. Leandris, answer my call. Oop. I am here, my lady. Oh, that's a female. Leandris, those humans I was made aware of must know the circumstances of their arrival on Terragaia. They were preparing for war. Preparing? Did they not die in combat? No, but we were called to their location, a place where they found themselves sealed off and isolated. Not just from their world, but from the universe. And they arrived not long after those beings began to appear on the planet's surface? Is something the matter, my lady? Nothing deserving of my time or energy at this moment. Keep your distance from them and visit Terragaia only when strictly necessary. Inform the others. As you wish, my lady. Okay. Plot thickens? Question mark? Because I assume they're starting to think that we're related to the other things that showed up somehow. Good job. I've brought backup. Though I can see it wasn't needed. General Burgard. I'm sorry to have worried you, General. Let's get back to the city. You can tell me what's happening there. Fire arrows. What the? Is this a mirage? When my informants told me, I couldn't believe it. The great Burgard himself in person. I'm guessing this is from the other country we were already gonna fight. Galeth. The Lion Adaldum? Here? That's why he didn't show up on the battlefield. My, how tragic. He died before he could even set off. What an end for the unbeatable Sword of Zarga. The war is over? What happened? As far as I'm aware, up until those Valkyries arrived, no, but since you're here, I doubt it'll last much longer. Unfortunately for me, I won't see this fall of Zarga with my own eyes. That damned friend of yours gifted me an arrow in the back. Riva, if you've heard her, guard, it's a war. She isn't here yet, she will be soon. The only thing that comforts me is that you fell first. So what was it that happened to you? Wait, those bodies, you aren't dead. Damn, Burgard, always trying to be the better one, even in the afterlife. Time to fix this problem. Wait, Galeth, there's no need for fighting. We're all searching for the same thing. What I'm searching for is right in front of me. This moment was snatched away from me in battle, but don't think I plan on wasting a second chance. Soldiers, attack! General Burgard, stay back, Adamant. We will handle this. You know, we could have used the extra pair of hands. No, not gonna go 3-on-2, huh? Okay, I get it. There, now it's 2-on-1. Oh, of course, he's not gonna hold back. Back on summoning friends in. Then again, his friends kind of suck, so I guess it's a lot more fair than I'm presenting it to be. He also sucks too, though. Him and his tiny little sword. Is that why you keep talking such a big game? Are you compensating for your tiny sword and the other tiny sword you have? Is that your problem, Galeth? Well, too bad. Enough. So it's true what they say about the energy this world holds. Winning this battle means nothing, Burgard. Fall back, soldiers. Best keep your eyes peeled. I won't abandon my prey so easily. Well, that happened. Eldam's general is dead. Perhaps all's not lost after all. I don't know, Adamant. Zarga's force has been practically halved. Even if Galeth is fallen, winning this war won't be that easy for him. Please, Riva, survive. We shall speak at the Citadel and think of something. Well done, soldier. We're leaving. I'm going to pose dramatically when I say so calmly that we're leaving. Yes, General. You heard the General. Fall behind and I'll kick you there myself. March! What a fucking pushy bastard. Meanwhile, I'm just kind of hanging out. Because I do what I want. My question is, will they let me fast travel back, or do I have to go back through the desert? Looks like they allow fast traveling again. But you know, they said that none of the Valkyries were going to go back to Terra Gaia unless necessary, and yet for some reason we're allowed to use them to teleport? Also, things don't look great here. What the hell are you guys doing here? Yeah, that's fair. You're dead, so it doesn't really matter who you follow, eh? There's Adamant. General Burgard's being too much of a pessimist, if you ask me. The Lion of Daldom turning up here is a good omen. You know, cut off the serpent's head and its body will die too. What? What do you mean it doesn't work like that? Either way, the mangy cat's still around. He'll be waiting for the slightest chance to pounce on us. We'll be ready. Yeah, you just keep pumping iron there, buddy. That'll clearly make things better for you. It's an honor to have you at the best item store. Well, the only item store. It's got all kinds of good stuff still, but we're a little short on affording the really good stuff. Because I spend so much money on resources along the way. More important, not only can we sell some of the junk we're carrying, like the regular solar pendant, because we have a solar pendant plus. I don't really need the serpentine cuff, so we'll get rid of that too. I'm mostly just trying to keep my inventory kind of cleared. I'll keep the amulet agreed till I get a better one, just because it does still give the increased money drops. Even if it's not necessarily going to be the best for stats anymore. Yeah, things definitely don't look great here. What do you have to say? Well, if it isn't the General's lapdog. Oh, shush, don't get offended. I wasn't being serious. There's not really any other choice than obeying the higher-ups. By the way, since you're always gallivanting around this world, I didn't ever imagine asking you for a favor, but if you help me, I'll teach you a trick you think you'll like. Ha! Spoken like a true soldier of Zarga, of course. Listen, there's a mineral called Garner Rock. It's extremely tough, but light and flexible at the same time. In fact, one of my daggers is made from the very same material. Exactly, you're a clever one, ain't ya? Garner Rock is mainly used to make weapons. But it's a rare material and not at all easy to find, which makes the cost of those weapons sky high. Some time ago, someone entrusted me with these daggers, but stupidly, I lost one. I wonder if Garner Rock exists in this world. It might be a common material here, or even more abundant than back home. Either way, if you see someone carrying a weapon with a red blade or something similar, try to find those fragments and bring them to me. You know where to find me. If you have something, I'll be waiting. We know exactly where to find that already, actually, because there was the bits of the Dark Axe's axe. Okay, we can upgrade both our weapon and our armor, but let's see if we can get 2 weapon upgrades instead. No, I don't have enough Ragnarite. So we may as well upgrade our armor too, then. Though it looks like that only increases our shield stamina, so I really can't be bothered that much about that idea. Because I don't use the shield enough anyway. I don't think there's anything else... Oh, wait, no. Brigard's hanging around over here, so let's see what he has to say. Oh no, this isn't Brigard, he just looks very similar. Yes, what's the matter, soldier? Don't tell me you're tired of running back and forth. Enjoy, you can do it. General Brigard has given us captains very clear instructions to hold our position within the city. But it's so boring. Also, what happened to all the fame and glory after the battle we were going to fight in Zarga? Are we really gonna miss all that? Best thing about a big punch-up is the huge party afterwards. Come on, don't waste time telling me your troubles. Go while you can. Just look at that jaunty trot that thing has. Boing, 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 boing. Why can't I have one of those? I assume plot will happen when I go in the tent, so we'll save again. Just in case something happens, and we'll go ahead and go in there and find out what's going on. There's also a new contract, probably. Stygian Harpy, which will get us a feathered tiara. Harpies are half women, half birds, right? I've been wondering for a good while why you know so much about the monsters here. Because I, unlike some people, know how to listen. Always telling you. So, do they have a chicken's head and women's legs? No, their upper half's a woman and their legs are from a chicken. Why is that so funny? If it were up to you, they'd have chicken thighs for a head. Oh joy, a pair of fucking Anubises, huh? Looks like a guard and a caster. Electrostone 2 does sound tempting. Rupert, what do you know about these two? They say the Brothers of the Golden Guard raid the city from time to time in order to kidnap people and make them their slaves, forcing them to build their pyramids in the desert to the west. Weren't the Spider Acolytes the one who ladnapped people to sacrifice? Them too. These people go through a lot. How do they cope? It's so stressful. A lot of shit happens. Good work, soldier. I knew I was right to entrust you with this mission. An entire arduous journey for nothing. At least it served to rule out those lands in our search. I never expected Galeth to fall in battle. Still, the situation's the same. His army continues to outperform our own in great numbers, too. Each second we spend here takes us further away from victory. Thanks for being useless, Brigard. I had nothing plot-worthy to say. So what the hell am I supposed to be doing now? Ah, we have to just talk to people in Hafen. Okay. I guess I'll go ahead and do that before I cut off for the day, then. Back here again, everyone's talking about your trip to the Western Lands. Never seen anywhere like what the travelers from there say. When you get a chance, come back and tell me what the Great Pyramid's like inside. You don't want to know, that place sucks. You seem to either be concentrating or having a bad day. I can't tell which. To speak with the old man? And good luck, he's had a bit of an odd day. It's a bit difficult to deal with when he gets all mystical. Listen to me carefully. It's difficult to explain, but so be prepared to alert your soldiers when I give the signal. We don't have much time. A few days before your arrival, a substance that I was able to identify as hostile agents fell upon Hafen. To ward them off, I created a barrier around the entire city that has kept us safe. I had hoped they would eventually leave, but something appears to be keeping them here. My power is starting to wane, so it won't be long before they arrive. Be careful. Whatever they are, they weren't brought here by the Valkyries. I can't hold it much longer. Old man? I can't hold. Yep, here comes the purple shit. Now everything's gonna go to hell in a handbasket, probably. I would assume a large portion of the city is going to turn against me. What? Ah, monsters! Soldiers, defend the city. Ironclads, get in formation. On my orders. Help? No. The entire city's in danger. Because of me? I must go and help them. Alright. Let me deal with this, and then I'll cut off for the day because food is ready. No, I'll defend our home. He'll help me. Don't have time. Hafen has never faced anything like this before. You prepared me for anything, including something like this. Edo? Don't let anything happen to her. She's the most precious thing I have. I'll be back as soon as I can. Yep, the soldiers are falling to this stuff. She does have some good magic. I wish I had some of that kind of attack magic at my disposal. Okay, what else am I supposed to do here? Oh, just waiting for more targets to appear. Okay. Level up. She's trying to run off the screen to the side there, so there's probably an enemy over on that side. There we go. If anybody's wondering why I do that weird hop, it's because I can maintain speed and still attack. Like if I just hop along. So it allows me to pursue a target. Done yet? Yep. Is that it? Was that all of them? We defeated them all, yeah! It's almost a shame, I was starting to have fun. That's... Did she exhaust herself? Edel, I'm here, please say something. What happened? Those things must have been able to come in contact with me. I'm so sorry, I shouldn't have left your side. Now, I think she may have just overextended herself because she's too excited to be fighting. I can't lose you. Soldier, I don't hold you responsible. It's all my fault. Despite my years, it appears I'm still making mistakes. I want to help both her and your friends. There is something you can do. To the east of Hafen, across the plains, you'll find a small orchard with green flowers at the center. They're called Lilies Radiantis. These are no simple flowers. With them, you'll be able to destroy the agent that is keeping her in this state. There's something else. In order to pick them, you'll need to ask the garden custodian for permission. Don't worry, he'll oblige your request if you present him with this seal. I get the feeling it's not going to be that simple. Insignia of Hafen City. This medallion bears the emblem of Hafen City, depicting the tree recognized by all living beings, Yggdrasil. Hurry, we don't know how much longer they'll stay like this. Be careful, we're managing to defend the city, but these things will surely be roaming the surrounding area. Okay, so just in time for everything to have gone to hell in a handbasket will be ending. That somehow seems fitting in a way. Just a nice cliffhanger for everybody. I am also hungry, so the fact that I hear that food is ready tells me it's time to move on. So let's see who's doing what. And my throat's starting to sore out a bit. Okay, we got choices. We've got plenty of choices. Who do I want to bring to this list? realistically, I should pick one of these lower ones, but I almost feel like I should be repaying a favor from. Nah, we'll go ahead and raid Jakarn. It's been a while since I've seen him active. We'll go ahead and be good to him for a bit. Thank you all for sticking along with this. Hopefully you enjoyed, and have a good one.
Moods, thank you for the raid with the party of 3. Appreciate it so much. Welcome everybody. Welcome Drac. Hope you had a good stream. We are currently playing Resi 2, the PS5 update. Earlier I was